Let's freaking go. Today we're diving into that time Jin Woo went on the grind to become one of the strongest hunters in Korea, obviously representing the south side, which really got me thinking. In a lot of these mangas and manhwa, they don't really show North Korea much, and my brain isn't smooth enough to not know the reasons why. It's for obvious reasons. Like North Korea once picked up one dude for listening to K-pop, which I understand, but I think sending someone to meet Jesus just for being gay is a tad bit excessive. Just a tad bit. But I'd really be curious to watch an anime from there. And for the life of me, I just can't imagine what it would be about. Propaganda or poverty? Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Oh, real disclaimer. I actually made this video like some time prior before I decided to change it entirely. It's gonna be 2 parts that don't match properly, so bear that in mind. So the scene starts off with Jin Woo clocking into work, and this man just got here, but it already looks like he wants to go back home. And now these people around him start praising him and greeting him, and I'm seeing this and I'm like, typical Korean behavior. But behind his back, everyone's laughing at him, and I'm like, damn, typical high school behavior. And yeah, being bullied is the worst, man. I went through it myself. But I'll be damned if I'm being bullied at work. It's like everyone's here, slaving away for their family, and there's no way we're fighting monsters every day, facing death at every turn, and y'all still got the energy to be bullying niggas like this. Nah. And speaking of niggas, I just love the representation Korea gives to the black folks. Look at this shorty over here. Man, like, she's the one I'd let sit on me after a workout. It's not just her. Like, there's her, him, and all these characters can definitely get this pipe. And it's like, I'm fucking with you Koreans right now. Those lips didn't need to be made like that, but hey, y'all treat us good, and I love it. Unlike Japan. Like, this shit gotta be racist. Anyway, I'm gonna sidetrack again. Jin Woo clocks into work, and this man is struggling. Getting worked by goblins like this gotta bring shame to the family. And these goblins are so far though out here tickling his ribs. And nah, I know Genghis Khan is looking down from heaven right now, tired as hell. This man's clearly not cut out for this. And shorty over here is a dime, and I would, but you are not helping. I'm here talking about. You have to fight him off! Like, what does it look like I'm trying to do? WWE? Nah, I'm not fighting Jake Paul here. Luckily, they carry him by helping him out and patching him up later. But this man is not contributing anything. They carry on, and Jin Woo needs to lock in. He's currently the only breadwinner in his house, and they are dead broke. His dad, although not black, went to buy milk, and his mom's currently in the hospital on power saving mode, while his sister is about to go to varsity and get treated accordingly. So Jin Woo has to lock in. I don't know if it's cause he's lucky or unlucky, but he gets only a single kill, which is embarrassing on its own. But this man also lost his only weapon, and the only kill he got didn't even drop him common loot. Yeah, bro has it worse than me. Anyway, they finish the boss, but before they call it wraps, they find a secret dark ominous passage, and half of them decide to explore it, in hopes of finding treasure. But the other half of them don't, thinking it's too risky, so they ultimately decide to vote on it, because democracy hasn't failed us yet, right? But sadly, it's 50-50, and they just need one more person to break the tie, and it's Jin Woo. Now, Jin Woo, obviously fighting poverty every day, decides to explore the cave. Because remember, he only has one kill, and it's awkward returning home only for them to ask, that's it? So they go in. Along this way, this sister here starts spazzing, speaking straight garbage, talking about, why do you put yourself in harm's way? You should be more careful. Useless crap like that. And it's like, please take a mint first. And second of all, I got a family to feed. And I really wish Jin Woo would have been like, I can't eat! I'm broke, nigga! I'm broke! Anyway, they find this ominous looking door which leads into this dark temple with large statues and an even larger statue in the middle. And on a side note, these doors don't have any handles. But nah, had I been there, I would have stood by the door, taken a glance inside, and after seeing no treasure, take my leave. Cause this place looks haunted as hell. And I'm down to finding a freaky ghost, but the probability of that is very low. And I don't care if I voted, I'm leaving. And it's like a wise man said, who's gonna stop me? Heck, I'm going in there. And to prove my point, as they were busy exploring around, complaining about the lack of decoration and choice of color, yeah, these niggas stay hating, the door suddenly closes on its own. And everyone was confused and scared as hell, because doors that close on their own usually don't have any manners, and that they were fucking around. And this is bad because finding out usually follows. This guy right here walks up to the door, but remember now, the doors have no handle. And yeah, but they didn't see that coming while they were entering, huh? And as if the walls have ears, the statues must have heard their earlier complaints about lack of color, because not long after, he gets his head blown out, off, adding color to the walls. And although bro had the right idea, and pardon the pun, but he had a shitty execution. What was he planning to do? And just as everyone was panicking about the giant statues being able to move, Jin Woo feels his spidey senses tingling. And just as he looks at the giant statue, it looks back at him, and they started losing it. And before moving on, the anime is great in everything, and I might sound like a nerd for saying this, but the manhwa had more gravitas to it. I mean, they executed this scene perfectly, and it's the best medium to enjoy solo leveling. Yeah, better than the manhwa and the novel combined. Anyway, the giant statue started shooting lasers at them, and bro right here got so scared that he lost brain cells, because his brilliant ass decides to just dip out. And if he hasn't forgotten about what just happened to the other guy, I'm really curious to see what he'll do about the locked door. Anyway, he flexes his glutes, bragging about he has the best legs, and that no one can touch him, and then he bolts forward. And for what it's worth, this man was looking good. But these statues really have ears because they disintegrated him, leaving those legs he was bragging about. And this is just sad. Bro didn't even have the time to pray. These statues are monsters. But that would have been the last straw for me because I would have just blown my brains out right then and there. I don't need 13 reasons why. Because you ain't about to victimize me and put me on a damn compilation. Scared for his life, Jin Woo decides to use the last of his brain cells and recalls the commandments on the wall and comes up with the plan to start bowing and everyone follows suit. And the Asian culture is weird for this. I mean, while niggas back in the days were out here inventing stuff, the whole world came up with hugs and handshakes while they came up with bowing and butt tickling. Seeing everyone, the majority being men, in their 30s, tooted up, the statue starts grinning. And why does it have deep tendencies? Freaky. And again, the manhwa delivered on this scene better. Anyway, the statue gets up and starts moving towards them. Heavy footsteps sound like Lizzo going down for a midnight snack. And listener decides he ain't about to go outside, so he starts pleading for his life, talking about he knows some good Korean girls. But bro made the mistake of thinking that this was a Dr. Disrespect supporter. Nah my guy, this is the final boss. So the statue spreads his ass like jam and moves on. But his friends really ain't on his side. Like, the statue lifted up its leg and no one thought of telling him that shit wasn't working? Nah. But at least he got to pray though. While everyone's running away, panicking in fear, while some got done in dirty, like my nigga Bam Sheik. And bro was out here thinking about his wife and kids. And when he got separated, I was like, nah, Bam Sheik. Anyway, seeing people getting treated like Gojo, Jin Woo pushes his brain cells to the max and figures it out. Long story short, there are 3 commandments on the walls and they have to follow them in order to survive. And having completed the first one, the second one is to sing Diddy Jr. a song, using the other statues. Everyone picks their statues, and while he's going towards his, I noticed something. There's no way that bro is a hunter and running this slow. Bro definitely lied in his resume. Anyway, he barely makes it to the statue, but at the cost of his leg. Yeah, the hoes ain't fucking with him like that. Shorty even tried healing him, but ended up coughing blood. And at this point in time, I'd still smash. Yeah, I get down like that. Anyways, after working up a sweat, the statue returns to its throne, seemingly pleased. They regroup and the third trial gets underway. An altar rises from the ground with candles, and I'm sure if you put some bottles of baby oil on the floor, Kevin Hart, Justin Bieber and a few others would find this scene very familiar. Now, because the commandments on the walls are so vague, they conclude that someone needs to be sacrificed to Diddy Jr. in order for them to all to live. And that person needs to present himself on the altar. And that thought was so scary, these people started turning on each other. And I understand, only strong-willed individuals can go through this. And Jin Woo somehow convinces them all to go to the altar. And to everyone's surprise, the door suddenly opens and the room gets even darker. And now, had I still been in there, I would have been out already. But these guys are better than me because they decide to stay for longer, looking forward to the main event. And it's like, damn, you're like asking for it now. And the boogeyman's voice comes from the dark, talking about, we just got started. The real freak-off starts now. And the statue started moving towards them. And these guys were petrified. I mean, I would be too, because there's no way I survived up to this point just to still get diddied. Now, I want you to look at this lineup and tell me, who's running away first? Yep, the Black Queen. And yeah, fiction or not, the black genetics kicked in, because she got out of there in quick time. Cassie couldn't relate. Seeing her successfully leave, the door slightly closes and the others came to the conclusion that at least one of them has to stay behind. And they decide to be democratic again because it hasn't failed them so far. And Jin Woo gets picked to deal with Diddy and his crew, which is terrifying, but at least they were kind enough to leave him a sword. Diddy's disciples started moving forward, and Jin Woo started pleading for his life. He was like, EDP dog, please let me go. Just for EDP to be like, nah dog, it's already over. Don't even resist. Like, Diddy promised me a year's supply of baby oil if I came to his freak off. And Jin Woo was petrified. He looked to his side and was like, that's a disrespect. Chris, please, I'm not a little boy. Wait, Jimmy, what are you doing here? And KSI too. I knew it. But no matter how much he pleaded, they ignored him. Anyway, Jin Woo gets serious and he decides that if he's gonna die, he's taking one of them with him. And first of all, who is he feeling like? And second of all, you're the weakest hunter to ever live. You can't even fight a single goblin ready to mingle. But you wanna fight some B-rank statues? Yeah. And the statues were like, get out of the sky. Before jumping this man like crazy, sending him flying like this. But chill. And this is a Yamcha level threat, you ain't gotta jump him like this. But hold on a sec. How are they attacking this man with swords, spears, and even hammers to be having him like Megumi? Because there's no way this man weaved, blocked, or even parried these attacks. When he can barely parry a Godman's attack. Nah, this man has to have plot armor underneath his hoodie. Anyway, after admiring their hard work, Diddy's associate decides to wrap this up. And after so many years, we finally get to see what Kevin Hart saw. Large swords coming to end him. Jin Woo wakes up, having already made the deal with the Diddler. But that's a story for the following video. Anyway, that's that for this video. I'm trying to switch up my style a bit, experiment a little and see what flows smoothly for me. And I'm also gonna do short and sweet videos. And once I get the sweetness correct, I can adjust the volume. So do let me know how sweet it is. And that's all, folks. Wait, am I allowed to say that?
Is he allowed to say that legally?